Happiness through curiosity on the Ranveer Show. I keep having conversations with people my age and in their 30s about what a dream real estate investment for them is. Because I think there used to be a narrative of rent versus buy. And for a very long time, there was a narrative about how you should rent. I can sense a lot of people going back to this buy narrative because of people like yourself, podcasts you've done. And it's not just you. There is a very large section of people from the world of real estate professionals who've come out and explained the logic behind actually buying real estate. Now, if someone like me or someone around my age in their 30s in India is looking to purchase a house, for me at least, I would want to focus on self-improvement through my purchase. So I would want amenities in the building. Ideally, I would want a larger space than usual. And I know that now there's too many mental health issues with people my age, which don't seem to go away. I would want that house to assist my mental health in some way. So can there be an element of nature? Can there be nicer balconies? Can it be a quieter house than usual? That's another angle. And I think Vastu Shastra has come back in a huge way. So Vastu friendly houses, that's a third angle. That's where I think 2024 real estate design is at. But I'm 100% sure it's not down to just the design and the experience of the product. There has to be more angles like economics and countless legal angles that I don't even know about. But is this sort of a correct framework to start thinking about a real estate project in terms of figure out where the timeline is, where humanity is, what people's problems are, and build for the next 20 years to address all those problems? Because effectively you're selling, like the product you're selling is a space for people to inhabit. On a very primal level, you're designing the cave for the caveman.
Yeah.
So, fine.
So two aspects.
Sure.
The first aspect is, should you buy or not?
Yeah.
Just let's focus on that for a moment. In India, you don't have pensions and social security for people who are aged. Okay. So if you don't buy a house during the time when you're earning or living, then when you grow old, you don't have a house, you may not be able to get a rented house for the kind of style that you have lived in all your life. Even if you have paid good rent, you may not at that point of time be able to do it. Hence, I suggest that you should buy it. Number two, the lowest rate of interest available from any bank or financial institution is for buying a house. And they give you 20 years loan, which they don't give to big industrialists, but they give for home buying to ordinary people. So that's the second. Third, income tax gives you a rebate for the interest for home buying, and you get an automatic saving recruit whatever is there. So I recommend to every Indian who can afford to buy and be able to save, to make a saving to make his house. Ultimately, the place where he buys the house may not be the place he necessarily lives all his life, because he may get a job abroad, he may get a job in other places. I'm buying a house in Hyderabad, but I'm getting a job in Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore or wherever, or abroad. But you make that house so that becomes your part of your social security, which can be done and which you pay over it. Nothing else, it becomes your biggest saving. So the biggest saving then becomes a house. And when you retire, whenever it is, you have that as saving. And if nothing else, and you don't need that house, you can always sell it and give it and use it for your medical requirement, or you want to make it for your children or for their marriages or whatever it is. So this is the biggest saving that an Indian can do. And hence I always advise that people should buy and not rent. They should, as far as possible, as quickly as possible, to be able to do it. Not everybody can, but whoever can must do it. The second part of your question is the quality of the building that you made. That depends on your capability of buying. So a person may take a studio apartment, which may be on the periphery of the cities, or it can be a 4-bedroom in the center of the city, or it can be Antilla if you're Mukesh Ambani. It doesn't matter, because each one is a home and a house suitable for your type of thing and your aspirations and your capability of buying a big house. But a home is a home. It doesn't matter if it's a kutia or it's a palace. A palace can be lonely and a kutia can be happy. I've seen kutias which are more happy than the palaces in this country. Wow. I'll repeat. The kutias in this country with a joint family are far more happy than many of the palaces which are vacant and empty. So that doesn't matter. So you just buy a place which becomes your home. That's my recommendation. But the quality that you talked about depends on individual requirements, your innate capability of borrowing, the capacity of the housing finance company to be able to fund you because of your income levels and other things which are there. They're very, very liberal to lend money for housing, which is not so in the case of other loans. So if you want for a house and they see you have the innate capability to do it, the banks and financial institutions go after you for the purposes of lending money to you. So it's a good thing to buy.
Okay. I've toyed with the idea of sort of getting into real estate because I enjoy, again, the design aspect of it in terms of designing an actual living experience. That's why I asked you the question about you being an artist. That if for some reason I ever leave YouTube, that's a business that fascinates me. And I'm sure I'll be able to figure out the legal aspects of it. I have a habit of asking good questions.
You do. You get the best out of people.
Yeah, but my angle is, I truly wonder if creativity is a bit of an edge you can have as a builder, if empathy is a bit of an edge you can have as a builder. These are thoughts of mine. That's where this whole conjecture came from. In terms of if I had to create a building where I'm selling the flats to people my age, these are the factors I'd think about. Is it a correct thought framework at least?
Yes, 100%. Every person who has an ideal to create an edge which is better than the other people is always good. But you can't take the other things are taken for granted. The quality of the building, the type of amenities that you give, that yes. Then you add on the flavor that you have talked about. A beautiful design, good looks, good attractive things, amenities which are beautiful. Those become what we call the add-ons, the frills which are there. But the core of the building has to be solid. And those people take for granted. So, a 5 lakh, 6 lakh Maruti and a 1 crore Mercedes Benz. The quality for both have to work. So wherever you want to reach, you should be able to reach in the Maruti as well as in the BMW. But if you're adding the beauty of a BMW and giving that, you will not only give a better quality, but it'll be outstanding. So that's the difference between the two. But otherwise, both are cars, both are the things that are going to reach you wherever you want to do. But obviously, the BMW, which you are creating in terms of better design, better quality, better finishes, will have its own value creation that you are going to do. That's a very good aspiration to have.
Okay. But you need to take care of the basics first and foremost.
Always. The car must work, it must start, it must reach, it must have petrol efficiency, it must have this, that, and the other, and everything. It's absolutely essential.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.